Hey guys, what is up? It is Alicia. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make Laurdiy DIY's thumbnails because a lot of you guys have been requesting a tutorial on how to edit like Laurdiy DIY, but since I already did that video, I figured I would do something a little bit different and show you guys how to make some of her more recent thumbnails. So I'm going to be showing you guys a video or a tutorial on how to make her thumbnail from her puppy's first bath time video. So I hope you guys enjoy this and let's get started. I warn you, it is pretty long. So for this video, you're going to need a picture as your foreground, and then the picture to the right is just like the background image that I wanted to use. And so I don't really know what I'm doing here yet. So okay. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go into the app PicsArt. And in PicsArt, you're basically going to be blurring the background image and adding all that light to it. It's how Laurdiy DIY usually has it. So you're going to go to the pink plus button, and then you're going to go to Edit, and then you're going to choose the background image, which I have right there. And then once it decides to load, okay, so then you're going to go to the FX button, which is located on the bottom right bar, and then you're going to go to the blur, which you can see is highlighted in blue, and you can play around with it. Lens blur works, artistic works, but I think I just went with the normal one and played with that, around with that, and I made it pretty blurry, but not too much that you couldn't like see like basic outlines, and then I saved this to my camera roll. Once I did that, I went into my Photos app and I edited this picture, so I just went to light and I changed the exposure, the brightness, the contrast, the brilliance I believe too, and played around a lot with it. I think the exposure was the one that helped the most to make it look like Lauren's, and I also played around with the color and just made it look like how I wanted it to look for the background. And what I also did is I cropped it to 16:9 and just arranged it how I wanted it, and I found that having more white made it look a lot better. Once I did that, I went into the app Superimpose, and here I basically made the foreground picture of Lauren, so I masked the picture of her by just loading it as a foreground image, going to the mask tool and pressing this magic erase, and then just erasing all the edges and then redrawing the parts that got weird. And then if you can see on the top, the third one from the right is like a circle. If you click on that, it's like a mask blur, and you pull on that a little, or you like make that a little bit, it rounds the edges out and makes it look a lot better. So I definitely suggest doing that if you're going to create one of these images, but here I'm just editing it, and if you guys want to see a tutorial on an alternative to Superimpose, I'll link that in the iCard and in the description. So once you guys have that, what you're going to want to do is go into the app Fonto, and when you're in Fonto, what you're going to do here is load the background, and then you're also going to load the picture of Lauren. Okay, so once you have this, what you're going to want to do is add your text. So I'm just going to add puppies, and then I'm going to change the font to Babus because I found that that font ended up working out the best for this, and that other fonts kind of looked weird. And then I also clicked on it, went to style and spacing, and changed the spacing so the letters were closer together, changed the text to white, and then changed the stroke to black, and I made that super thick like she has it in her video thumbnails. Then I also added first, and this one's kind of tricky because it's a little bit different. So what you're going to want to do is just go and type first, and you're going to add a stroke around it in blue and then make that super big. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add text over it later. So here I'm just arranging it, and I'll show you guys how to do that a little bit later on. Then I'm going to add bath, and this one's pretty simple. You're just going to add a thin black stroke and then the pink background that she has. This one's a lot easier than the other one, and then I'm going to arrange this one too. And you have to play around with the stroke a lot to make it how you want it to look because it kind of changes each time that you do it. Okay, so here I'm doing the rest of the blue. I'm adding the first part. So I'm just adding the text, going to stroke and creating it, and then I'm going back to text and changing the alpha all the way to 0. And then I'm going to press done and just kind of arrange that over where it says first, just so that it looks nice. And then I'm playing around and arranging it. I'm adding the dog emoji and the bathtub emoji because she definitely uses a lot of emojis in her thumbnail. And so once this is done, I'll show you guys how to add the colored background that she uses. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to add item and add a rectangle, and once you're here, you're going to change the color to how you want it in your background, and then you're going to resize that so it's the size of your background image, and then change the alpha all the way down so that it's slightly opaque. And I played around with a couple different colors here. I went with pink and blue and purple, but I found that purple looked the best as the background for this thumbnail, which she had in her actual video. So this is pretty much a tutorial, and this is pretty much it. You can also go back into photos, and here you can just edit it a little bit more by changing the exposure and the light and the contrast and the saturation. But yeah, this is pretty much the entire tutorial, and I really hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you want to see more videos from me, Alicia, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys!